Imagine you were learning to speak in Italian, okay? And of course, you're learning, you're not so good, you're still a beginner, and somebody comes up to you and speaks to you in Italian. Now, you're not confident, of course. You would just, own up the situation. You would just, in a second, you'll speak something in whatever broken Italian or probably you'll fumble a little and make a few mistakes, maybe laugh about them, giggle about it, and then go on with your day. But when it comes to English, God knows what happens to us. It's almost always because of the status that we have attached to this language in our heads. We don't know how to deal with it because we are still not perfect at it and we are learning, and we cannot learn unless we practice. So there's this chicken and egg problem. You don't practice, you never become fluent, and you're not fluent because of which you don't want to open your mouth, you don't want to practice, you don't want to speak the language. And the problem is that unless you speak the language, you can never really become fluent at it. Okay? Now, how do we deal with it? Now, before I take a dive into the tips that I have for you, I do want to share my own experience of dealing with this problem. When I was a little girl, my school was changed. Now, when I was moved, everybody spoke in English and everybody was fluent. I was not. New friends were to be made and nobody was willing to speak with me because I was this underconfident, fragile, weak child, not performing well in studies, and nobody would want to talk with me. Even the teachers did not accept me, and they did not want to teach me, if I were to say that. But yes, I did feel that because I was a very emotional kid. I remember once I was looking at an equation in a friend's copy, in a friend's notebook. The class monitress, she asked, "Aleena, what are you doing?" And I was like, somehow, for a moment, I could gather my confidence and speak back to her and say, "I'm watching the equation." Everybody started laughing at me. I know, some of you might think, okay, what is wrong in there? We'll get to that later. But for now, just understand that it was faulty English and I did make a joke of myself. Everybody laughed. Everybody had a very good laugh. I did not have a good time. But yes, things like these happened a lot, and being a sensitive child, it was hard. But yes, I dealt with it. And how I dealt with it was coming back stronger and getting back at them stronger. I was like, no, I'm not gonna back down. I have to learn this language. No matter how much you laugh at me, I'm gonna anyway make it. And I did. It took me 4 or 5 years. I kept on practicing. I used to speak a lot to myself in the mirror because I did not know whom else to speak with around then. I would speak to myself in the mirror. I would speak to my siblings. Yes, they were very supportive. And that's how my overall journey was like. And I eventually could make it. Now, this was my story. Now, I'm gonna get to the tips that I have for you. Okay, let's start with that. First thing that most people appreciate a lot about me is I speak very simple English. So, speak simple English. I know you may point that out to me, ma'am. Are you the one who teach a lot of vocabulary and right pronunciations? Yes, I do that. I do that occasionally. But I'm a supporter of simple English. There's no harm in knowing more. There's no harm in being more aware, being more educated. You have to start simple. You have to try and keep your sentences short, because speaking lengthy sentences is going to be so cumbersome for you in the beginning. So difficult for you in the beginning. Yes. So keep it simple, keep it short, keep it slow. I don't know where people get this idea in their head from, where that if you are fast, you are more attractive. No, it does not make you sound attractive. In fact, it makes you commit more mistakes. So let's avoid running fast. Let's just pace down a little, okay? If you are speaking slow and you're using appropriate body language, trust me, it's gonna be so much better than unnecessarily faking speed. Don't fake speed. Next point on the list is be more aware of your bodily feelings, your thoughts, and your behavior. Yes, When you're more aware of how you behave in a certain scenario, next time it happens to you, you're more aware, right? Because of which you are in more control and you know how to behave appropriately accordingly. So next time this going blank, becoming nervous thing happens to you, you're more aware and you let them pass. You let those thoughts pass. You're like, okay, this is happening to me and I know this happens to me very often. This is common. This is normal. I did not die the last time, so I'm not gonna die this time either, right? So you're more aware. You know how to handle it. And with time, what happens is that such feelings fade away. You let it go away. You experience it, you handle it better every time, and the impact of that emotion reduces on you gradually. Everything is gradual. Every little thing is gradual. So don't be in a haste. We are learning something. Learning is mostly slow. I have a huge learning curve. Whenever I'm learning anything new, I usually do it with a lot of passion. That's my style. I do it passionately, but I'm very slow. People have to be very patient when they're teaching me something. And if you are slow, it's normal. It's okay. You're just like me. What you have to do is you have to work on your English skill. Yes, you're afraid right now because you do not have faith in yourself, in your ability to speak fluent English. You don't have that faith right now. Faith and confidence is going to come in with practice. You keep learning, you keep practicing, and eventually you will see your faith, your confidence going up gradually, right? And this problem it's inversely proportional if you understand a little bit of math. As your faith and your confidence goes up, this problem of hesitation, being afraid, fearfulness is gonna come down. So they are inversely proportional. Get the point now, right? And by the way, this also happens when you have to go abroad for your studies, for higher studies. And let's say you have to go abroad, let's say to the US, okay? Now what is required is that you have to prove your English proficiency, your speaking ability, your understanding and everything of this language to the schools, these institutions where you're applying to. You need a proof that you are proficient in this language. And to prove your proficiency, let me tell you about the Duolingo English test, DET. The DET is like IELTS and TOEFL, but it has several advantages. You can take it from anywhere, anytime, as long as you follow the test guidelines. So there is no need to visit the test center. You could take it from your home, wherever you're comfortable. And you get your test results faster. You can expect your results in 2 days of appearing for your test. And at an additional cost, you can get them in 12 hours window also. It's very affordable without compromising the quality. Go check out the link in the description of the video. You can register and purchase the test as per your requirement. You can also take a free practice test to understand the test structure, and it's going to give you your score almost instantly, and you'll have a very fair idea as to how the test is going to be. I've recently done a video on the free practice test of DET, and it was a lot of fun. People enjoyed it. So if you want to go and check that video out, you're most welcome to. Now coming back to what we were talking about. If I have to tell you just one thing that you could do to get out of this problem, I would say speak more and more often. Throw volumes at this problem. The more and more volume of practice is gonna take care of the problem almost automatically on its own. You will not have to think about it way too much. When you're focused on practicing, when you're focused on delivering something, when you're focused on accomplishing something, you are automatically more drawn towards practice and you're more drawn towards putting energy in the right direction rather than focusing on the obstacles. You focus your effort in the right direction of learning rather than being destroyed by these thoughts of making mistakes, people laughing at you, mocking you, and disturbing yourself with unnecessary drama. Don't do that, okay? The quality of your speaking will follow the quantity of your speaking. Yes. See, you can't automatically become fluent by just thinking about it in your head. It cannot happen that way. When a moment arises, when you have to actually speak in the language, you cannot get your thoughts, your knowledge of the language, and your speech all in sync at once without practice of actually moving your mouth. You have to actually speak the language for that to happen automatically for you, where your thoughts, your knowledge, and your speech, everything is in sync. So you understand the point now, right? We are going to target the problem, the quality of our fluency, with the help of the quantity, okay? The quantity is going to help you overcome this issue forever, because once it is resolved, it's resolved. It's done. You're done with this problem. Because then you will, I'm assuming, continue to speak. Don't give up, okay? Just keep this in your practice. Continue working on your language because it's a beautiful language. It is fun to learn English. Don't you agree? I really enjoy learning this language. Even now, I love working on my language. I want to learn. See, I'm at a stage where I can say that I love learning new words. But for the beginners, I would say keep it very, very simple. Keep it slow. Keep it relaxed. Don't put too much burden on yourself. So once you have captured the problem and your subconscious is trained on this language, your thoughts are going to automatically flow in shape of your words from your mouth, okay? Then you will not have to put effort into putting everything in harmony, your thoughts and your ideas and your words, your speech. Then everything will become automatic. It will be all subconscious. Your mind will take care of it, okay? But of course, for that to happen, you'll have to work on the quantity of your speech. So at the end, I just have to say that this is just a skill, and work on it the way you would work on any other skill in your life. Give it time, polish it with your effort, with your sweat and blood. And once you have developed on it, once it is there in your system, it's going to get you benefits all throughout your life. Not just your career, your personal life, everywhere you'll blossom because you'll be more confident in your speech. You'll be more confident in the way you'll present yourself. See, you're willing to learn it only because you see value in it, right? And if there's value, it is going to require effort. Okay, so that's all about it in the video today. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I'll be back. Meanwhile, you take care of yourself. Keep working on your dreams. Just remember, everything that you want in your life is going to be out of your comfort zone, but always within your effort zone. I'll see you in the next video very, very soon. Meanwhile, you take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your parents, and that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.